You work so hard. You show up every day. You do what's expected of you. But deep down, you know the truth. One paycheck shouldn't decide how your life turns out. But what if your evenings meant progress? What if your weekends built freedom? What if your laptop became more than just a screen? This isn't about quitting your job. It's about giving yourself options. While others scroll, you start building. Quietly, consistently, and on your own terms. No pressure, no guessing. Just a clear system you can run after work, before work, or whenever life gives you a turn. That's what Goldmine on hustlesafrica.com is for.
Tuesday.
Haikuzo makasi ni watafute uongozi pamoja wasitafute.
Kweli una maana gani? Una maana wewe ni binadamu ya mavi ya kuku.
Mashamba yetu harambe.
Nguruwe kujikanga na mafuta yake, na Afrika itakwisha.
Padani agosho ngai no mwega naende shode.
Wakati hiyo ilikuwa ukisema ngwe ndani ngwe.
Hello, people of the internet. My name is not Jagero. I know you're used to Jagero. My name is Trisha Wayua. I'm your host tonight. And we're going to be keeping each other company from now all the way to 9:30 p.m. on this beautiful platform that is the Political Headache. I am joined by one Professor Fred Onyango Ogola.
Yes.
Habari yako leo?
Mzuri sana Patricia.
Uko salama kabisa?
Kabisa.
How has your week been?
Well, the week has been very hectic. You know, the week is hectic for everybody. Lots of work.
Yes.
Everybody's chasing the shilling. And you know, when you're chasing the shilling, when it comes to Saturday, you relax a little bit and count how many shillings you've counted.
Yes.
And if you can buy dinner, then you know that the week has been good.
Okay,
Yes.
okay, awesome. Mine has been great as usual.
Yeah.
And of course, I know the people of the internet, of course, theirs has also been great. So now, the passage of the Finance Bill 2026 has once again put Parliament under the spotlight. While 122 MPs voted in support and 40 opposed the bill, a staggering 186 MPs were absent during one of the most important votes affecting millions of Kenyans. As the country grapples with the questions of taxation, accountability, and economic priorities, many Kenyans are asking, where were the 186 MPs when Kenya needed their vote? And that is the biggest question that we have tonight. Where were these guys when Kenya most needed them in making a decision that is affecting Kenyans for the rest of this year? So tonight we are asking, did Parliament rise to the occasion or did it fail the test of representation? But before you answer me this, let's just cross over to some political temperatures this week, because a lot has happened. Of course, we call it the Finance Bill Week. Because we saw the debate, and we saw, of course, the final outcome. So before we get into that conversation, there is the issue of Sifuna. This young man, I know he has been giving some people sleepless nights. I don't know whether he has ever given you a sleepless night.
It depends on what you want in life. You see, Patricia, without being personal about Sifuna, if you look at the political angle we are in a crisis. And unfortunately, we are in a crisis, and we have no solution. If you look at the government, they have been in this thing for 4 years now, almost, and they have not been able to do anything. So I would put Sifuna in the opposition. These are people who I would call ideological nihilists, because what can they offer really, apart from shouting at people's names? What's their message? I get overwhelmed by how people are reacting to nothing. You know, there's a story in The Man Boy where a rich man was throwing bread at people, and they were picking bread and eating. Then someone watched and said, why don't they get excited for something very important? So I think that the fellow ideological nihilists will find sleepless nights with their fellow ideological nihilists, because they know, as I'm hearing, it can't solve the Kenyan problem. The Kenyan problem is economic. Have you seen them with a remedy for it? No.
Okay, just hold on there.
What I'm trying to say is that I won't get sleepless nights for noise.
Because of Sifuna.
Yeah, and also Sifuna, let him do his part. I mean, everybody should be allowed to have their own cry. In my culture, they say every bird has their cry. So the citizen should be listening to this bird. Can this bird have good message for me? Can this bird solve a problem? The way a whole cries is not the same way an ostrich cries. So is Sifuna an ostrich? Is it an owl? Or Sifuna is a butterfly? I don't know.
Okay, so before I get to the conversation around what I wanted us to look at with Sifuna, let's just hear some clip about Sifuna.
ODM iko na design, iko na pattern yake, iko na structures. So mtu hawezi kuja kusumbua na anakimbia kotini. Ndio kila mtu ana haki, lakini ODM iko na umaarufu na iko na capability ya kuhandle shida yoyote ile katika chama. So nashukuru sana koti kurudishia sisi kushughulikia hilo jambo.
Amesema pamoja na baba na Dr. Buru ya kwamba wale watu wote ambao waliumia ama kufa katika maandamano tunampata fidia kwao. Badala ya kusupport hiyo, wewe unaandika barua ya kupinga. Kwani unataka namna gani?
I pledge to ensure the re-election of President William Samoei Ruto for a second term.
Energy Cabinet Secretary Opiyo Wandayi told ODM supporters who gathered in instead
Siasa na barabara ya maendeleo chini ya Mheshimiwa Rais William Ruto, sisi hatuna haja ya kurudi barabarani. Mimi nataka kuambia hii chama hii na chama yetu, wakati imeshikana, si mnajua ODM iko na nguvu Kenya mzima na UDA iko na nguvu Kenya mzima.
Well, this is the point.
Yeah.
That this week ODM launched a fresh disciplinary process against the Nairobi senator who happens to be the party secretary general of ODM, that is Sifuna, escalating an ongoing internal party dispute. And this is after the Political Parties Dispute Tribunal ruling, which of course allowed ODM to proceed with the disciplinary action, but required the party to ensure that due process and fairness after earlier attempts were found to be procedurally flawed. So my question is ODM disciplinary action against Edwin Sifuna, from where you see it, a legitimate enforcement of party rules or an attempt to silence internal dissent? Because I know you belong to a political party, yes, and you know the history of the issue of the disciplinary case, Sifuna.
So long as Kenya has lived, tell me any political party that has ever removed their Secretary General in the right way. Go even to the times of Joseph Kamotho. How Joseph Kamotho was removed and Raila Odinga became the SG of Kanu. But not even go far. Sifuna himself, whom did he remove to become the SG? It's Ababu Namwamba.
By the way,
they tied Ababu Namwamba with the chains and removed him from office forcefully. And he has occupied that office for more than 13 years. The way you enter that office, if you live the same way, there's something wrong. Was Sifuna elected as SG of ODM? So how comes all of a sudden we need to follow the law, we need to follow legality, is somebody so special that only them, the law should be followed. Is politics. And that's what I'm telling you, Patricia, there's only one party in Kenya which is a political party. That's LDP. In LDP, we have the admin arm of the party, headed by the chairman. There's a party leader. Those are not politicians. In the other side, there's a political arm of the party headed by the presidential candidate, Fred Ogola, who leads the senator candidates, the MCA candidates, the governor candidates, MP candidates. And there's no interference in politics and the party. Sifuna, being the SG of for ODM for the last, if you like, 15 years, has been signing all the certificates, including his. These are conflict of interest that people don't know. On the one side, Sifuna is acting like he has been removed from ODM, isn't it? On this side, he's still in ODM. And I think Kenyans are very foolish to be cheated like that. Sifuna is getting sympathy for having been removed from ODM, isn't it? At the same time, yes. He has not been removed. As we sit now, I can confirm to you that Sifuna is still the SG of ODM, isn't it? Secondly, Sifuna is still earning money as ODM Secretary General.
He's getting paid.
Honorable Timothy Bosire is my former student in Strathmore. We talk with him. Who pays him? It's the treasurer.
He receives a
as
payment.
We speak,
yes.
Sifuna runs with the 3 Land Cruisers that belongs to ODM, with 3 ODM drivers paid by ODM. And people are sympathize with him. And then Sifuna tells you, and Kenyans don't read this, kwa uwezo wa Mwenyezi Mungu nasimama hapa kama SG ya ODM, lakini huko mnamwonea huruma kwa sababu ametolewa. How foolish are Kenyans? I don't get it. Do you get it? Do you get it yourself? Now,
I'm telling you, because
have you heard that speech?
I remember that other day.
Nasimama hapa kwa uwezo wa Mwenyezi Mungu kama SG ya ODM.
Yes.
Na huko pia nimemfanyia vibaya nimetolewa. My dear.
No, but literally, when you look at the operations of the party, things have been continuing in his absence.
But he's earning money and enjoying the benefits of the party without working and opposing the party and fighting the party.
By
I'm
the
not
way,
in ODM, I'm saying that's not fair.
By the way, because when you say that he has been receiving payments, and I remember the other day, people saying that, of course, is the signatory of the bank accounts for the ODM party. How do they get the money?
By the party,
he signs the checks.
By the party rules,
yes,
there is no money that can move without him putting a signature.
Yes.
So do you think he can be signing for other people to receive money and he does not receive himself? Patricia, let's not cheat ourselves here. Politicians cheat people. And that's what I'm telling you very clearly. The future of this country won't be solved by a politician. These are scams. And I can tell you why I'm so sad about when I look at this country is that the country is being governed very poorly by the president. And the party called Kenya Kwanza, call it UDA. And the alternatives we have are as clueless as them. I've called them ideological nihilists. They have no idea. They are playing politics to enjoy names. They want to be popular. They get a euphoria out of nothing. You get me? Sifuna, having been signing all the ODM tickets since he became ODM Secretary General,
yes.
Do you know how people have been killed? Many people have been denied tickets justifiably by the party. Who was signing them? Have you heard that ODM tickets can be signed in some way? You haven't seen those nomination issues?
Yes,
He's never solved
ODM,
them.
Yes.
If as SG he has never solved the ODM issues of giving tickets, will he solve if he's a president?
But let me ask you.
Because Jesus says, to whom little is entrusted, isn't it? You can trust with more. As SG of ODM, he's never brought justice in how people get ODM tickets. So all of a sudden, he'll do it when he becomes president.
But let me ask you.
The same way Ruto came to government saying he will solve the Hassa problem. History were the killings which were there, isn't it? The theft which were there. We just ignored until he became president. Oh, by the way, we didn't know. We knew. So for me, I'm sad that people who can't solve any single economic or social or cultural problems are being put as heroes, while those who have the solutions will not make sense. So Kenyans, I'm telling you, you lie your bed, you are spreading your bed, you'll sleep on it.
So, Professor, I just want to understand, because I remember there is a time you said that you were denied a ticket.
Yeah.
Do you have any issues with the Sifuna? Because
no, I don't have
was
an
he
issue.
the one in?
I don't have an issue because
was he still the one?
Yeah, yes, he was the Secretary General.
So you believe that you were denied a ticket by Sifuna?
Well, not me. Many people have been denied a ticket. Have you known ODM tickets are always bought? You know that?
I just hear...
no, but the ODM tickets are up for sale. It's been said even by Junet himself that it always goes for around 16 million, isn't it? So if a ticket for MP is going for 16 million in ODM, who has been signing them? It is Sifuna. Can he sign when people receive 16 million, he gets nothing? Ask him. Don't ask me. Because I'm sure that he must share the spoil. Yeah.
Do you think he had the power to control that? Because sometimes when these dealings are happening, they don't follow the procedures. So most probably, maybe he wasn't aware of what is happening.
But let me tell you, Patricia, most of these guys are wheeler dealers. And Sifuna is a wheeler dealer. I can confirm that to you. How? I can tell you a story, and this is a true story. You know Jakakimba? You know Jakakimba? Jakakimba was approached by William Ruto to be financed to run against ODM. And Sifuna was part of the campaign team there. So Jakakimba came and asked, I know those who are in that room. One of them is somebody called Ambassador. I don't want to mention the name. Then he was told his election will be financed, but he has to run against Raila. So a question was asked, can you run a campaign and go against Raila in Luo Nyanza? Jakakimba was asked. Jakakimba said no. I cannot oppose Raila both in public and private. But Sifuna says, please go for the money. You understand? Those are not leaders. You get me? But they can get the euphoria the way they want. For me, there's nobody I fear, my dear. I only fear God, so long as I'm saying the truth. I'm not in ODM, but those are facts. These are wheeler dealers. And wheeler dealers are the ones who try to parade themselves as who can solve the problem. They cannot solve the problem. Yeah, they can't.
So do you think this issue exposes a deeper struggle for control within ODM party leadership and its elected officials? Yeah,
but let me tell you what, Sifuna is here, not because Sifuna has a party in his pocket, isn't it?
Yes.
But he wants to race down ODM so that his party can rise. That's it. Because if at all he disagrees with the ODM leadership and ideology, resign. You get my point?
Yes.
People who have suffered are not being taken seriously. I was a professor in Strathmore during the Azimio campaign. I stood against the president and told him, no, bottom-up cannot work, isn't it? He told me that as soon as he raises the Bible, I'll lose my job. He raised the Bible on 13th of September. On 15th of September, I received a letter from Strathmore, tell us why we should not fire you. And I lost my job. You get me? What has Sifuna lost? In any case, he's gained. Yet you Kenyans are shouting there, seize India, seize India. Do you share the spoil? Do you share the spoil?
Not really.
So when you say seize India, Sifuna, are you sharing bank account? Because Kama when is Sifuna, you should also have bank account that you can withdraw money. Kama when is Sifuna. No. Sifuna has a bank account you can withdraw money from, isn't it?
Yes.
Kama sees into Sifuna, why don't we share that bank account?
No, but it's about ideologies.
What is the
about
ideology
ideologies that they are supporting
no,
Sifuna.
I'm asking, what is the ideology behind seizing Sifuna?
Well, what I hear people say, the Linda Mwananchi people, the people behind now supporting Sifuna, they say that he stands for the human rights.
Yes.
Yeah, and is of course, is against the bad governance of this country. Yes.
And bad governance in ODM was not anything to worry about. So ODM was managed badly. ODM is managed badly. You don't know that? Which party had the worst nomination, Quagmire's, in 2022? Tickets were issued directly, isn't it? Who was signing them? If it was a good bad governance, why don't they show from ODM? You cannot be that all of a sudden Only when you are leaving ODM, then ODM is bad. You get me? Bad governance means what? Let me tell you what, my dear. You guys, Kenyans, they say, the Bible says they have eyes, they can see. They can't see. They have ears, they can't hear. You get me? So you are falling prey to all these things. You have ears. See. Eyes you have. You can't see this. ODM had got the worst nomination fiasco where some people were even going to Karen to look for Baba. Have you not heard those testimonies?
We've heard such.
So why are you closing your eyes now? And they are the people. Do you know how important an SG is? SG of a party. Do you know how powerful it is?
They are powerful.
So what did he use that power to? Did he use that power for the best of the people who are seeking tickets? I would tell you, go even to Homa Bay. Mbadi was looking for the ticket. Magwanga was leading in Homa Bay, isn't it? Who got the ticket? Because me, you might say that I'm the problem, isn't it? Ask the other people. In Nairobi here, look at how Jalango was running up and down, just almost losing his ticket. In Nairobi here, in Langata. Do you know why Jalango is not in ODM? Because he knows that tickets will be elusive. You get me?
Yes.
I've seen people who are taken from the US to leave their sold their to come and campaign here. Later, they didn't get a ticket. I know someone who is mad collecting garbage in Kawangware, who met Baba in Delaware. Baba brought him here. He campaigned, he was popular. The ticket was not given. He sold his wife and left a Muzungu wife in Delaware. When he came back, the wife left him. So he's collecting garbage he's a madman. He lost his mind.
Oh.
Yeah. So these are pain that people are working with. At last, we were told we were too young. I remember in this place called Tulip Hotel, Buddy was seated here. Sifuna seated there. Junior seated there. I was popular in Ugenya. I was told that they don't want professors in ODM. That professors should go back to teach. Isn't it? You're getting me?
Yeah, I'm getting you.
and it is the Sifuna who was sitting there telling us we are too young to run. That I'm too young to go that I'm a professor, I should go and teach.
That is Sifuna now.
Yeah. These are facts that if you, there was a meeting now, they were meeting county by county. That day people met in Tulip, all people from Siaya, Homa Bay, Migori, and Kisumu. They are deciding to give direct ticket. There was no nomination in Luo Nyanza in 2022. You know that, isn't it? So as SG who believes in human rights, isn't it? Who believes in rule of law, why did he flout those rule of law? Now, all of a sudden, he's the one who's fighting for human rights, rule of law. No, I wouldn't buy it, even if he's annoyed. And Sifuna is a friend, by the way. I met him, we've talked with him.
Yes.
I even met him in some of these houses in Karen with some of my friends, isn't it? Yeah, so I know him, he's a friend. But you know what's up? Dear to me is Sifuna, but dearer is the truth. And the truth is that he can preach to you about human rights, can preach about rule of law, but he can't preach them to me because he didn't follow the rule of law. Even to get that office called SG of ODM. Go and look at internet. Internet does not forget how they remove Ababu Namwamba. From chains and tied his office in chains. So now, all of a sudden, he's forgotten how he got to the office. By him who walks the sword dies by the sword. You get me? Yeah.
Well, it's okay. But now, what does this really mean when it comes to his political bid? Especially if today he decides to go for the presidency
Sifuna can
seat.
succeed politically because there is no one who has an idea on how to run the country. You get me? You know, when you go to a class where every child is getting E, isn't it? The best E is the best student, isn't it? Yeah, all these guys have no ideas on how to do anything. And I'm sorry to tell you, we'll be back here within 2027.
Which guys? Because I understand you're also a presidential hopeful.
But you see, Kenyans don't want to buy ideas that can help them. They can buy ideas like Sifuna Sifuna. Sivyo, that's what they can buy. Sifuna Sifuna, look at James Orengo, isn't it? So James Orengo going to Thika saying that now he can become the president of Kenya, isn't it? James Orengo as a senator of Siaya, you go and look at his track record, isn't it? He's been an MP of Ugenya, a governor of Siaya. Go look at what is happening there. If Sifuna believes in rule of law, he should confront Orengo to perform in Siaya. You get me? Because the thing is that, you know why there's corruption in Kenya? We have the president who is very grossly corrupt, isn't it? Grossly incompetent. So he cascades the incompetence to all departments, all counties. If a governor steals money and the head of state is leading, how can you arrest him? So the same way we are having this Linda Mwananchi, Linda ground. What ideas do they have to solve the economy? You are talking about the finance bill.
Yes.
What has been the contribution of Sifuna on how to solve the finance bill? Did you hear his contribution? Do you know? Did he come out with any idea? Orengos, isn't it?
Yes.
The Gachaguas, isn't it? The Kalonzos. Do they even have an idea? By the way, let me tell you honestly, I was so shocked when I saw that Kalonzo called a press conference to give what they call Mwananchi budget. You saw that?
What's wrong with the Mwananchi budget?
What was wrong with Mwananchi budget was read by Kalonzo, isn't it?
Yes.
So why I was shocked, I'm actually trying to look at some evidence here to show you. What shocked me the most, Kalonzo proposed that we should reduce what is called the budget from 4.9
actually,
2 trillion.
He did it with a 500 billion.
Yeah, so now that one is not a solution. Do you know why that's not a solution?
What's the solution?
Kalonzo himself and personally went to Treasury to ask for his pension to be increased in this budget. You get me?
When was that?
I have paper here I can show you. You understand? So if he wants his pension to be increased, how comes he's the same guy saying that also he wants the budget to be reduced? So his income should be increased, isn't it? Everybody else should be reduced. That is dishonesty. So the dishonesty these leaders are, that's why you're trying to believe them. Honest people like Fred Ogola will say, oh, anasema too. So that's why we are having a crisis in the country. Have people listen to reason, to the voice of reason, which I am trying to explain here. We'll go very far. But because that you can't listen to voice of reason, let me just give you the statistics.
Yes, please.
Kalonzo applied. You know, every retired person, Kalonzo is on pension. Do you know that? He's on pension as former vice president.
Yes.
So he applied that his lump sum, which he receives 170 million per year, isn't it? Be increased to 210 million per year in lump sum, meaning that in January, they wire 210 million to his account, isn't it?
Yes.
That is 23% increment. You understand? Monthly pension, he gets 700,000, isn't it? He increased it to 875,000. You get me?
Yes.
Office budget, when he runs an office, I don't know, Kalonzo Command Center, they receive 50 million, isn't it? That was increased to 82 million. You understand me? He has 30 personnel to look after him, isn't it? They increased that to 48. So I'm asking myself, how can you be the one saying, let us reduce the budget, but you as should be increasing? And you guys believe these people. So it's not Sifuna, it is not Kalonzo, it is not Matiang'i, it is all of them. They are ideological nihilists who do not know what to do. They tell you, tighten your belt, yet for them they are widening the belt. They preach water, at least me I'm drinking water, but they drink wine. And you guys do not see the difference between wine and water.
So, okay, it's okay. So generally, how do you rate the state of internal democracy in ODM and other political parties?
I would say ODM is doing much better than any other party. Is there any party where having people fighting each other but they're still in the same party? Tell me which one. UDA, you cannot fight with Ruto. In DCP, you'll be killed. But ODM actually is doing democracy. Let's be honest. By ODM, the most important word is D. So at the moment, there's democracy. Because Oburu Odinga is a party leader, Orengo is a party leader, isn't it? The same Babu was a party leader.
Yes.
And Babu and Sifuna is also a party leader. So there are 4 party leaders. That's democracy. But the issue is, ODM has never even done grassroots elections, isn't it? Even these people in national office, tell me the day they elected Raila Odinga to become the party leader. Tell me the day So now it can't start now. ODM was designed as a family business. And all political parties in Kenya are family businesses. Whom does ODM belong to? So you know, isn't it?
Yes.
DCP belongs to who? UDA belongs to who? These are political parties belonging to individuals. They have no ideological orientation. Now, let me give you a parallel. Go to ANC. Who owns ANC? It is the members, isn't it?
Yes.
That's why ANC could fire Ramaphosa. ANC could fire Zuma, isn't it? Can anyone fire Ruto from UDA?
No,
Can
actually,
anybody dare to fire DCP?
Actually, I even
currently,
remember,
ODM is leading in democracy in Kenya.
Okay.
Because they have internal wrangle, and these guys meet together, by the way. Orengos, Oburu Dingas, they are buddies.
How about
in fact,
Jubilee?
Orengo is one who campaigned for Oburu Dinga to become senator of Siaya. I was running, I knew. Oburu Dinga never held any single ride and became a senator of Siaya. So those are buddies. And I know Orengo used to pay his bills. You get me? When campaign bills, I mean. Even the posters for Oburu Dinga and the whole of Siaya was paid by Orengo. And what are they fighting over? I don't see. Those people are very democratic. And ODM is the most democratic party. UDA is the most useless in democracy because, remember, who calls the shot in UDA? DCP, who can look at Gachagua on the face and criticize him? You didn't see that? So, long live ODM.
Yes.
And I think ODM is teaching Kenyans something.
Okay, so don't you think now the culture that we are creating in our country right here in terms of political parties is that culture you are talking about? Because if for example you say that these political parties have become family businesses, for example you had the other day President William Ruto telling Sifuna that I'm a founder member of ODM. You cannot chase me out of that party. If I want, he can still come back.
Yeah, but look here.
So again, look at Rigathi Gachagua, who didn't have a political party, and we saw what happened to him at the end of the day. So it came to our minds that for you to survive in the political business, in the political scene of this country, you must have your own vehicle. So this is something that we are creating ourselves. Yeah,
because people ask very big examples, isn't it? Go to Tanzania. CCM belongs to the people. Kenya has missed this point. And in fact, in terms of democracy, in terms of political maturity, Tanzania is ahead of us because of CCM, isn't it? Of course, after getting CCM, they bulldoze people. But the CCM is a very mature party. Can I give you an example to know how CCM is mature? Do you know how Magufuli became president of Tanzania? Magufuli had no chance. There were two people who were fighting for CCM ticket. When they went for nomination, Magufuli was number 3. So number 1 and 2 were told to sit down and agree. So they fought so hard that they could not agree. Then they said, okay, wacha wapigane tupatie Magufuli. That's how Magufuli became president. Now, here in Kenya, can that happen? No, it can't. Moi was the owner of KANU, isn't it? Who's the chairman of KANU? Is his son.
His son, yes.
One son.
Yes.
Raila is the founder of ODM. Who is this party leader? His
brother now.
Isn't it? When you go to ODM rally, the Odingas speak more. You get me? Rosemary will speak, isn't it? Junior will speak, isn't it? What's the other lady's name?
Okay, what's her name, by the way? Winnie.
Winnie will speak,
yes,
isn't it?
Yes.
Oburu will speak.
Yes.
Do you know any political party where 6 family members speak?
Ruto will speak.
Opportunity 6 to speak in one meeting.
In
6
the same
family
rally or
meeting.
meeting. Okay.
So those are family businesses.
What about your party?
For me, LDP is the only political party in Kenya because of the independence between the political arm and the admin arm. So if we, for example, have an SG called Dennis Kode. If Dennis Kode wants to run for any seat, he must resign and then contest in that seat and get another SG, because you cannot sign your own certificate. Can you imagine? You are running for MP or senator of Nairobi, like Sifuna was running. Sifuna signed his own ticket for Nairobi senator. So that's conflict of interest. You get me? Yet when you come to government, you're telling us you'll talk about transparency. If you sign your own ticket to become a senator. So who was contesting with Sifuna for the ticket of Nairobi senator? Nobody. So these are things that cannot advance democracy. But I would say ODM at least has made some progress. It is worse with other parties. So what I'm thinking about here is that political parties need not to be owned by families and individuals. Democratic Party in the US is not owned by any family, not by any individual.
Yes.
Republican Party, even Trump was not a member. He just came, used it, and became president. And they can actually call him to order. Here we have leaders that cannot be called to order by their own parties. And that's why we're having challenges. So I believe going forward, without mentioning people's names and mentioning people's parties, what we need is, I challenge ORPP to give us a political party, not family businesses and briefcases belong to individuals. Where for you to get a ticket, you have to go under somebody's bed, and the check for the party is under somebody's bed, the ticket's under somebody's bed. How can it happen? Where one person walks with all the stamps for the party. You know, some of these parties, there's somebody carrying the stamp for the SG, one person, chair, they are carrying the ones for the party leader. If you want even to get a ticket, they sit with you and stamp for you. One person can give you 8 stamps. This is not how to run a party. But I would say that at the moment, we should be discussing about these party ideologies, isn't it? The Kenyan problem is economic. What is the ideology for ODM to solve that problem? You get me? DCP. Kusikiza ground.
Inasikiza
Sasa hiyo
sauti za
ground,
Wakenya.
mbona inasikiza ground ya siasa, lakini sio ground ya uchumi? Does that people know how people are suffering with jiggers in Mathioya? Does that kusikiza ground inasikiza ground pele watu wanaumia? The people of Mount Kenya cannot transport their goods.
But Professor,
and the bananas are rotting in Meru.
Okay.
And they cannot come here. Hiyo ndio ground nasikiza.
But Professor, see, of course, when we say watu wasikize ground, of course, they're listening to the issues affecting mwananchi.
No.
The issues that mwananchi are crying about.
Patricia, I am an economist, and I told you, the Kenyan problem is economic. The silver bullet to solve the Kenyan problem is to create 100,000 jobs per county. When you create 100,000 jobs per county, you create 4.7 million jobs nationally. With that number, there's no mandamano. The president is now scared that young people are saying they're coming to the street for finance bill. They're coming to the street to celebrate the 25th of June, isn't it? If he was wise, and I think he's not, he could have simply given those youth money, isn't it? Jobs. The people, my brothers from Kisumu, they are misled. They are being told they are going to build for a railway to reach Kisumu, isn't it? Now let me tell you, my dear, SGR is railway.
Yes.
You know, when they are called acronym SGR, they look more romantic, so you forget the railway. Railway reached Kisumu in 1901, isn't it?
But what happened later?
And there's still poverty. So if you take SGR, which is another name of a railway, what are you doing for the people? You are building infrastructure. What is that for? The real infrastructure is that these politicians should find how people can have jobs. That's the silver bullet to the Kenyan problem. That's why the goal at 27 says 100,000 jobs per county. I was in Migori last week, isn't it? I told people in Migori, if you can create 100,000 jobs per county, in PAYE only, we can create 1.8 billion shillings, which will give you free education and free healthcare. By having that money to pay doctors and teachers, we'll employ teachers and doctors. There'll be a lot of money in the village to buy the fish which is there. The people of Migori are suffering from nutrition, yet they have fish, they have cotton, they have maize, they have sugarcane, they are at the border. There's everything that can go right, but leadership is a problem. So if you have leaders who tells you, oh, we are going to, like someone leaves Migori, the richest county in the world, where there is gold, to go beg money from State House. Those are what I call ideological nihilists. How can someone come from gold to go and beg? So Kenya needs a transformation. I know, Sir Patricia, my message will take time, but it will reach people. I am going to start creating those jobs. That's when people believe me. So my task is not to run for president. My task is to be president by being president. By doing that, by doing what a president cannot do. You know, people think that president should be decided by who speaks more, who insults who. But when you solve the Kenyan problem, hiyo ndio kusikiza ground.
Hiyo ndio kusikiza. But then let me ask you, do you think Kenyans really love these ideals that you're talking about? Because most of the time it has been proven that Kenyans will vote for populists. If you're not a populist, most of the time you realize that Kenyans will not give you votes.
You see, Patricia, you can't change who you are. So do you want me to become a populist? I was not born one. You know, I get inspired by this musician called Lady Gaga. There's a music Lady Gaga song and says, I was born this way, baby. You may not like me, but I was born this way. I'm Fred Ogola. I don't do populism. I'm a boy who was born in Kibra. Did I do populism to get here? No. I went for substance. You get me? My father never loved me as his favorite son because I was a populist. I stood for something. I told my dad, we are poor. We live in Kibra. We are not even affording food. But I told my father and my mother, I'll be a professor. They told me that's their dreaming. Am I not one? And I'm not just one. By the way, Patricia, you know, in Kenya, you guys were in the house, but it's okay. Let me tell you the truth. On 31st of July, I'm getting another PhD in Glasgow, nominated by European Union because of my contribution to economic transformation in the global south.
We need that brain here in our country.
Yes, I'll bring it here.
Yeah.
But you see why? They believe me. When the global financial crisis hit Europe, the pigs, Portugal, Italy, Greece and Spain, I was sent as economist to turn them around, and I did. But for you are telling me and me to tell you, oh, I come with the name Sisi Ndiogola. I don't want that. For me, I want to come with a solution to solve the Kenyan problem.
Yes.
And I've told you, there's a silver bullet. What is the Kenyan problem? Economic. Which are they? High debt, isn't it? High inflation.
Yes.
3, high youth unemployment. Isn't it?
Yes.
The purchasing power of the Kenya shilling is weak. High interest rate. By just offering 100,000 jobs per county through large-scale agricultural production, you will immediately cure those problems just by one shot, the silver bullet. Because, so for example, let's say you're doing large-scale agricultural production and producing food. Supply will overcome demand. Inflation is gone, isn't it? Employment will be there. So youth unemployment is done.
Yes.
Because people have money, there's low risk in the economy. So interest rate will do what? Go down. And because they're exporting some of these things, the Kenya shilling will under high demand. Therefore, the purchasing power of the shilling will go up, isn't it? And because you have brought more taxpayers to the tax bracket, they'll share the tax burden, taxes will go down, cost of living will go down. You get me? At the same time, because many people are now paying taxes, 4.7 million are also paying taxes, you don't need to borrow much, isn't it? And then what I'll do, I'll put all the corrupt leaders in a room with a calculator to calculate to me. You understand? Like now, Ruto's budget is 4.9 billion, isn't it? Trillion. I'll put in a room and tell him, take this calculator and calculate for us where the money has gone. If he can't, we jail him, isn't it? Not even jailing him, by the way, Patricia. We just take your property and use it to pay back Kenyans. That jailing people is not of my business. No killing, no jailing. We go for the money. So that these thieves can also use the matatu the way we use. I want to see these rich people also using matatu.
Let me ask you.
So with that said and done,
yes,
whether Kenyans want to listen to me or not, isn't it? It is their fault. If they don't listen to me, they'll come back again and start crying. For me, I have given my vision. 100,000 jobs per county is the vision. It is the campaign message. You get me? If they don't buy that, that's up to them.
Professor, we usually say that it's easier said than done. And for this, let me give you the example of the current president, because I hear people complain. And I take you back to that time when he was promising the people of Kenya that he's going to bring in the issue, the approach of the bottom up, which Kenyans sat down and they're like, well, this looks like something that can really work for us as a country. So what you have told us also seems like it's something that can really work for the people of Kenya. But wait until you're given that opportunity to get into that seat. How long will it take you to transform this country to what you're envisioning?
First of all, Patricia, Kenya did not sit down. They just went by the wave. They never sat down. If you sit down, you can tell well that bottom up, I can tell you, cannot work, has never worked anywhere, and will not work anywhere. When I was an economist in the European Central Bank, Joe Biden came with the same idea. And I told him it can't work. Why was Joe Biden a one-term president? Because he had ideas which could not work. They were retarded and tired ideas. And then secondly, don't compare with William Ruto. You get me? I am joining politics as a professor, isn't it? I've been academic director in Strathmore for 17 years. I have mentored 37 CEOs. You get me? I've developed over 1,900 strategic plans. You hear me?
Yes.
When William Ruto joined politics, what had he done? Nothing, isn't it? So what do you expect? Nothing. What did he actually achieve as a person? He was from university, youth for Kano 92, he became an MP, isn't it? From an MP, he became what? Assistant minister. Later, he climbed to become a minister. Then he became what? Your deputy president. Then he's now what? By delivering nothing. And he's there actually doing nothing. Then you praise him. I was so amazed when people are saying, oh, Ruto was shaking hands with Trump. Let me tell you, my mother in the village do not care about those handshakes. They want food on the table. So let me tell you what, Patricia. I repeat, when the European Central Bank sent me to solve the Greece problem, when the Greek economy was in shatters, I did it. Did I have to explain to you that I did it? But I did it. So I'm having that record. Why am I one of the most decorated economists by European Central Bank? Because I did what I proposed to do. I was Kibaki's economic advisor. The one actually who designed how free primary education should be run. I told Kibaki, you don't budget using what's called these national stories. I told Kibaki, Kenyans want to feel you from the household. And I told Kibaki, we have 12,500,000 households in Kenya, with an average of 4 children going to school, 4 per household. So they spend 62,000 shillings per year on education. So if you want to start from there, and that's why I wrote that article there, and I told President William Ruto, if you want to budget, start looking at household. After this finance bill is passed, after this budget is passed, what's the cost of bread in your family, isn't it? What's the cost of unga? How can you afford education? You know, these guys just tell us finance bill, but they should be what is called impact assessment, how the finance bill affect each and every household, not just finance bill. Not just saying the budget is 4.9 trillion, and these silly MPs passed this budget. Let me tell you what, Patricia, we don't have MPs here. These are horse traders. The ones who didn't come are as bad as the one who passed the bill. Because had they come, they could have still done the same thing. Last time they came, what did they do?
Okay, we are getting to that, yes.
In members of parliament, you are paid to come or not to come. And if you come, you are paid to vote yes or no. And in the presence of Raila Odinga, William Ruto said that MPs vote after they have received an envelope. And they still do the same, and they didn't deny. So as they continue voting, it means they're receiving envelope. Because I was an MP, after I'm told that I vote based on envelope, I could have refused to vote saying I have not received the envelope. Give it to me. You understand? So these people are one and the same thing. And I can tell you, let Kenyans believe what they want. Patricia, suppose you're still a young girl who wants to get married. Then you're being told all men are dogs, isn't it? You'll die single. But your virtue will be to distinguish between a man and a dog.
Yes.
If you can't distinguish, the problem is yours. So I'm telling Kenyans, if they can't see the difference between Fred Ogola, they have entrusted me with teaching their students in Strathmore for 17 years, isn't it?
Yes.
William taught who? So how can you compare with William Ruto? The only thing that you can say he is a president, he has money, isn't it? Only having money. But having money, even thieves have money. Drug dealers have money. So money cannot be a quality of leadership. But I know Kenyans like money. And even me, I like it. But I like it in the right way. So let them make a choice, isn't it? And when they make the choice, choices have consequences. We are not meaning the American thing. We are meaning that if you choose William Ruto again for a second term, isn't it? You don't complain. But for me as LDP, what I'm saying is that must go, has to go, is going, is gone. In Jesus' name, amen, thank you.
Well, producer, kindly play for us the Ruto's clip that is around on opposition, the issues of opposition. Yes.
Yale ambayo yanatendeka Western Kenya hayajawahi kutendeka wakati mwingine. Affordable housing yenye inaendelea hapa, hii Western Kenya, counties 5 tumeweka bilioni 100 ya housing, ya affordable, ya markets na ya hostels. Hapa katika hii university yetu hii, Vice Chancellor yuko hapa. Hapa tunajenga hostels ya vijana wa hapa Kakamega, hii Masinde Muliro. Ni kweli ama si kweli? Bana, hawa watu watakutana na sisi. Sijui kama tunaelewana. Si ndio? Na ni watu ambao hawana track record yoyote. Mtu kama umezunguka, umekuwa waziri ya kila kitu, umekuwa katika serikali miaka 50, huna chochote. Hakuna mahali utaonyeshwa anywhere ati umefanya anything. Kiburi mingi, matusi mingi, madharau mingi, maneno ya fitina mingi. Ati ile kazi kubwa wamefikiria akili yao, ati akili yao inafika hapo, ati akili yao, unasikia jameni? Ati ile akili yao inafika tu kwa kunitafutia jina ya Kasongo. Hapo tu imeishia hapo. Hapo ndio akili yao inaishia. Yani wale watu wako chini sana bana. Wale watu ni mafala sana, hawana hata wajui mbele wala nyuma.
That is the President of the Republic of Kenya.
Yes.
President William Samuel Ruto. And I just keep on asking myself, by the way, that is the head of us of the state. And I keep on asking myself, where do we draw the line in matters criticism? Because you heard what he keeps on saying. He's on record most of the time telling these opposition people that they are brainless, they don't have anything. And I wonder, I don't know where do we draw the line between politics and governance of this country.
Yeah, you see, if you look at one of the greatest scholars in management, and I want to refer you to one called Henry Mintzberg. Henry Mintzberg says that intelligence is not supposed to be seen by just doing IQ test. Intelligence should be seen by its product. Like, if you're an intelligent person, maybe write a book, isn't it? Maybe an intelligent person, you can be sent to turn around the media house, you can be told to turn around a ministry or turn around an economy. So all these Ruto's intelligence he brags about, isn't it? If he can solve SHA, because Ruto's enemy is not opposition, and I'm in opposition. So between me and Ruto, who is more intelligent, isn't it? You get my point? So the issue is not about us trading who is more intelligent, isn't it? Can he fix the Kenyan economy? And he's the president. Ruto is looking for a job he has. Why should someone look for a job he has? It's like you have bought a trouser and you're looking for that trouser. It's like now your husband is looking for you and he has already married you. So what is he doing? So I think the more madness is on his side, not even the opposition. I'm sorry to say that, because the Kenyans have entrusted him with 5 years to do what he needs to do. In fact, the person with the best chance to win again is him. Because instead of promising, for us we are looking for, let us just be given a chance to prove ourselves, isn't it?
Yes.
He does not have he doesn't need a chance, he has it. Why don't he just prove to the opposition he's better? You know, when you start looking for weakness of the other person, and you yourself, you can't look at the qualities you have. Ruto is not president because others are bad. He should be president because he's more qualified. So what is his qualities as a leader? In fact, when you see students running schools, they are listening to their president speaking like that. Moi could never speak like that. Did you hear Moi speak such like things? I'm sorry, did Kibaki ever speak like that? Did Uhuru ever speak like that? For the first time in history, we're having a president who talks like somebody who is childish, isn't it? He talks like somebody who actually does not understand that you are a symbol of national unity. When you abuse Kalonzo, Kalonzo is a national leader, isn't it? There are people who respect Kalonzo in Ukambani. If you insult Sifuna, there are people who stand with him, isn't it? If you insult Rigathi Gachagua, if you insult Uhuru Kenyatta, apart from being fourth president, Uhuru Kenyatta also was seen as the leader of the Kikuyu community. So you're also insulting that community. Ruto just needs to put his head in order and do one thing. Patricia, when you meet William Ruto, tell him Professor Gola has an offer for you.
What's the offer?
There's a book I wrote, I bought, called The One Thing. He just needs to do one thing right. Tell me that one thing the president has done very right. Tell me. Me, I don't see it. So, as a man or as a wife at home, you might fail in many things, but at least you should be known for something. What is that thing he'll be known for? What will be Ruto's legacy? These words, you know, when you look at the soundbites of Kibaki, you may like something. You had soundbites of Uhuru. What will be his soundbite? So according to me, this is a lack of decorum. But let me go to your question, the difference between governance and politics, isn't it? Now, politics is a process to get to office, isn't it?
Yes.
Governance is to deliver results to the people. Service delivery. That's governance. So he has failed in governance. But Ruto is the most qualified politician in the country. Truth be said. Nobody can beat Ruto in politics. So that's how I'm urging the opposition. Why don't we unite around an economic ideology and prove to Ruto that we can beat him there? Because as I'm concerned, Ruto can beat anybody on politics. The political missile, he will survive. But an economic missile, he cannot survive it. In fact, the fact that Ruto came out with the economic idea to become president, that's the same way you should finish him with it. Like now, if we come up with a truck of lies, which is moving from Thika Road to Kajiado, isn't it? From Kikuyu to Machakos, you understand? And from Busia to Mombasa, from Mandera to the other side of town, to Turkana. We need to prove those trucks of lies. And then what we need to do is to come with a counter idea. He said bottom up. Me, I'm saying no. 100,000 jobs per county. That's the solution, not bottom up, because it won't work.
But there is a question that I asked you, Professor, about how long will it take you to get to that vision that you're talking about?
By the way, that's a simple thing. Let me give you a case, because I like using use cases. This idea is not daydreaming. I come from a county called Siaya. I don't know which county you come from. But Siaya, you can get 50,000 acres of land lying idle, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'll give 2 young people a job per acre. That's 100,000 jobs already, isn't it? I can do large-scale agricultural production. For example, let's say I want to produce avocado. I know studies that 250 healthy trees per acre will give me 6 fruits per month, worst-case scenario. Revenue is 180,000 shillings per acre. You get me?
Yes.
With that on board, you can actually pay these 2 young people, you're paying them 30,000 shillings each, that's 60K. So with 120, you can manage the production, isn't it? Now, there must be seed capital. I am mobilizing money in terms of foreign direct investment to put there. So from day one, these people can actually start working, because they are working to supervise the activities happening in the farm. You get me? Since day one. So example, instead of building the railway, SGR going to Kisumu, that's enough to start 2, 3, 4 counties. But after building this SGR, who has made money is a politician who has overquoted, and then you leave us there with a shell, which is not working. Let me ask you again how the president's policies do not work. We are building how many Talanta Stadium?
Yeah, the Talanta Stadium here.
Let me ask you, my dear.
Yes.
Do you build a stadium for people to come to watch football who cannot afford milk? Or do you start by giving these guys jobs first? You guys watch Premier League, isn't it? You watch Arsenal, you watch Man U.
Yes.
When you go to Arsenal Emirates, people can afford to pay $250 to watch a match, isn't it? How many Kenyans here can even pay 2,000 shillings to watch a football match? Whenever we have a match, they say, wave for us, wave for us. So, if you want to build a stadium, go to this place called, on Gong Road. Give those young people who sit there jobs first, so that in the evening, after they have gone to work, they are earning money, they come and watch a match. On a Saturday, they can watch a match and pay for the ticket. How many Kenyans can pay for a ticket to watch match week in, week out? When we have one, for example, one time there's a World Cup playing like the one which was happening when President was going to visit Harambee Stars. It was a few weeks. All the tickets were being waived, isn't it? So how do you make money? Gor Mahia is doing a lot of fantastic work here. But can Gor Mahia fans afford the ticket to a stadium to make Gor Mahia become a productive club? How many of them can afford Gor Mahia original T-shirts? You get me? So the issue the problem is that we need to create income for people first before we start creating these big mega projects. Professor, and I want to give an analogy. And forgive my language. Today I will not hold back. No, don't use any... No, forgive my language. If I go buy you a condom, isn't it? You can only use it for one function, isn't it? Yes. But if I go plant trees that produce latex, isn't it? You know trees that produce latex? Yes, yes. Latex can become rubber, isn't it? Can make rubber can make other things, isn't it? Yes. So condom is an end product, isn't it? So a stadium is an end product. A house is an end product. But if someone goes to build a value chain, for example, rice value chain, isn't it? Yes. You build a value chain for agriculture, like I talk about avocado, isn't it? You end up that people can gain along the value chain. So when someone gives you a house is a cost. The house where I live, just removing garbage every month, I pay 10,000 shillings. You get me? To be able to ensure there's security. You get me? So a house is a cost. There is no country that developed or industrialized by people being built for houses. The countries that industrialized, people got jobs in the value chain and bought those houses for themselves. So this president has no priority. And I don't think he understands economics. So what we need is somebody who understands economics. So if Kenyans want someone who understands politics, the choice is obvious. Professor, you are a Kenyan. Why can't you also advise the president? When I advise him, he fires me. He doesn't like my advice, isn't it? And let me ask you, who is capable to advise the president? Nobody. Nobody is qualified apart from himself. So what do you mean? Has he ever taken advice? Even Raila advised him, he never took. Raila told him to compensate people, isn't it? After Raila died, he ignored, isn't it? Is it not true? Now he's crying that youths are coming for him on 25th of June. Why did he not compensate the victims? Are you getting my point? Uhuru told him not to shoot people, isn't it? Did he listen? Now he's heard the threat, mukikuja mtakufa. Have we heard him saying that? Have you heard him saying that? I can't remember that. No, I remember the threats. The one currently, young people are being threatened. Well, we are going to get to that. Yeah, shoot to kill. They are saying it. Murkomen said shoot to kill, and he still is here in the interior. So, Patricia, who can advise him? I don't even think that when he was going there, when you hear him speak the way he's speaking, is this a guy who was shaking the hands of Trump and Macron? What did he learn from Macron and Trump? Isn't it? Why do you speak Kienyeji evil and you are in the G7? G7, you can't come from G7 then talk like that. You get me? And next there's G20. You go to G20, then you come and talk like a villager. You can't do that. It's like, Professor, you don't want to go to Singapore. No. Because no, Kenya what you're talking about, Kenya like the things that you want to do, of course you'll need some infrastructure in place. No. Because what do you say? You say that railways are not important, roads are not important. How are you going to transport Patricia, your... I told you what Kenyans want is a job. But how do you get... Today's Saturday, isn't it? Yes. Today's Saturday. Yes. Go to Eastlands. Go and walk in all churches, even in Kibera and Huruma. All pastors are praying for people to get a job. They're not praying for people to go to Singapore, isn't it? Am I lying to you? Tomorrow you'll be in church.
Yes.
You'll see people coming to the altar, kneeling down, asking for jobs, isn't it? Did you hear someone saying they want to go to Singapore? Once you have a job, you can go to Singapore if you want. You get me? Let me tell you, my dear, don't be cheated by big things like Singapore. People want to put bread on the table. Anybody who can give a Kenyan job, that is the solution to any other thing. You want to get married, you need a job first, isn't it?
Yes.
You want to buy a house, you need a job first. You want to get good health care, you need a job first. So those ideas of Singapore, me, I don't think about them. Singapore should be Singapore. How can you talk as if you're the ambassador of Singapore to Kenya? You get me? As a president, you should be talking about how Kenya can be great, not about how Singapore should be an example.
Okay. Okay, so producer, please play for us President William Ruto talking about the protests.
Let us work together. We must protect our country. We must focus on our development. And we must never allow things that take Kenya backwards, you know. I hear some people, the other day I saw some people there saying, oh, we want to shut down the country. Oh, we want, we will defend the right of everybody because we are a country that believes viciously in order. We are a civilized nation. We are an organized society. We believe in the rule of law. We protect everybody's right. It is right for every citizen who has an issue to petition or to protest, and we must protect their right to do so. We must also protect the right of our children to go to school and learn, and our farmers to go to the farms and produce food so that we don't sleep hungry. And the business people, we must protect them to go to work, to do business. We must protect every worker to go to work so that we can raise our productivity. So we must protect the right of everybody so that we have a functioning, civilized, orderly, democratic, constitutional nation. And we are going to do it together. The public service rights of everybody. I will lead that charge. I will be right at the forefront. Yeah, because that's how we keep our nation as to what it is. And the one thing that is not going to happen is that people will be mobilized to destroy property or to cause chaos or mayhem. That will not happen. Children will go to school because it's their right to go to school. Workers will go to work because that's how we raise the productivity of our nation. And businesses will go open their businesses and grow our economy. And farmers too, and everybody, so that we can take the nation forward.
Well, that is our president, William Ruto, and he's just responding to what is about to happen. That is on the 25th of this month, the anniversary, of the Gen Zs that we lost in 2024 as well as in 2025. The other day I saw a peaceful walk, and I remember that time they informed the police. I think they've just put in order everything that is required, all the requirements for them to go for the anniversary and the walk. So I want to just understand, because the way the president is talking seems like he has some hint that somehow people will infiltrate in these demos? Because we saw in 2024, they started peacefully, they started so well, and later on we started seeing the issues of infiltration, we started seeing the issues of goons and so forth. So now, where do we draw the balance? Because right now, it feels like there are some people who want to take this as a political opportunity.
No, first of all, I don't think I want to blame anybody who will go to the street.
Yes.
As the president talks about rule of law, I want to remind him that right to protest is the rule of law.
Yes.
So actually, he is the one illegalizing a legal right. I don't agree with him at all, man.
But I think he has no problem with that.
This will not happen. Who are you?
What is he saying will not happen? Maybe you play the clip again.
No. He said that this won't happen. That no one will disrupt, kids will go to school as usual. What if people want to go to do the demonstration? That's their right.
But if we have a peaceful walk, we have a peaceful protest, can that really hinder
but everything
our children from going to
until
school?
The policeman shoots at people, Patricia. Are you the only new person? Are you the only...
I'm not new in Kenya.
Yes, you are the only new person in Kenya to believe. These people, we went to the street only with the water, with a phone in our hands and a flag, isn't it? What did you destroy?
Nothing.
So why did people die? What was Rex Masai doing? What did Albert Ojwang do? You get me? What did Julia Njoki do?
But let me ask you, do you believe that those protests were never infiltrated?
I was on the
both
street.
The 24th and the 24th and the 25th.
People came to reject the finance bill. There was nothing on infiltration there. People came to reject the finance bill. So the girl who was shot in Kiambu, watching TV, isn't it?
Yes, in the house.
That was infiltration.
That was so unfortunate.
That was shot by a Kenyan.
We don't support that, of course.
When they said shoot to kill, and they said that Kenyans attacked the police station, my dear, when someone walks like a liar, talks like a liar, behaves like a liar, he's a liar. What looks like a duck, walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, is a duck. Now, let me tell you what. Do you want to believe William Ruto, but you disbelieve Kenyans?
No, not at all. I say
someone who has lied in a global space until countries rectify him. He was in Tanzania, he was told that's a lie. He was in Germany, that's a lie. Now, how do you believe a liar? Let me now attack this thing in a governance way. I want to say the following. If any Kenyan feel that they have something to express themselves about, in any way they want to do it, you understand? Go do it on 25th of June. Well, the president should be telling Kenyans how they're going to ensure that the rights to protest will be protected and the policemen will offer security and ensure there's law and order in that process, not telling people you can't do it. You know, when the owner of the state comes saying, I am not happy, then an employee of the state says, you can't do it. Are you getting my point? That is now a confrontation. Because that speech looks peaceful, but it's a very confrontational one. In fact, I got more angry when I listened to that speech. Because the sovereign will of the people belongs to Kenyans.
True.
Isn't it?
We are in agreement.
Who is he to tell us we can't protest?
But I don't think that he's saying that people will not protest.
That's what he has said. He said that won't happen. You know, listen to that speech again. He said he has heard some people, what he needs to know is
some people want to do what?
Infiltration. Who should do it? Are you getting my point? The infiltration, who should manage? They have police. They have military.
Yes.
They have intelligence. They have NIS. And last time, the people who are beating people were actually the same people. Last time, they were doing the same thing. Patricia, let not be brainwashed here. The right to protest is given by the Constitution. In fact, they don't even define how it should be done. Do it the way you want. I saw that time they were trashing Eric Omondi because of him throwing I don't know what. Do it your way. You get me?
Yes.
You know, the Constitution has not prescribed how to do it. Do you know why? Because these are the owner of the state, the citizens of Kenya.
There's no procedure of how to do protest in our country.
No, there are
requirements. There's a procedure. Yes.
of course, there are some things which are stated, but there are some things which are not
Which are
told.
silent.
They are silent. Meaning, you know, the more you define a right, it ceases. I will give you dinner if you come with a trouser, with a white cap and earring, isn't it? I've denied you dinner. So we cannot prescribe too much a right. Right to life. If someone tells you, you only have right to life if you are behaving this way or that way. No. This is a right. And that right should be protected. Do you know, I would have been happier if the president said that I'm going to talk to the Inspector General of Police.
Yes.
To come out with a way on which those who want to protest can protest without interfering with those who want to go to work. I will have understand that.
Is it that's what he has said in another way? Like when he said that we are not going to allow our children to be interfered with, when they are going to school. We don't want anybody to interfere with people's businesses and so forth.
So who are these interfering people? You know, let me tell you what. Kenyans are aggrieved. There are some Kenyans who are businessmen who are aggrieved, who will come to the street. So if the very Kenyans who are doing business don't want to go to do business, why do you stop them?
But let me ask you, Professor, I think you were here in 2024, you were here in 2025. You see what happened. Like here in town, you saw so many shops were looted. You understand?
Who looted the shops? Patricia.
I
was on the street myself. Do I show you videos? I was on the street.
But you were not in all the corners. Were you in all the corners?
No. The 25th of June 2024, who looted? Tell me one single shop that was looted.
2025?
Yes, on 25th of June 2024.
I'm just combining all of them. 2025?
What I'm saying,
yes.
The looting began by them who trained people to loot. You get me? The infiltration was government generated. You get me? I was on the street. They are saying we are being paid. We are being mobilized. See, he said that. Who is mobilizing people? Let him name them. The president receives intelligence. And this day he said he received raw intelligence. Why not pick those people who are mobilizing these people? Who mobilized me? How much money do you pay me? I remember my wife calling me and telling me, you are putting your head on the tarmac. She sent three motorcycles to pick me because I was live on Citizen. You could see me on Citizen. She was screaming. Who mobilized me? Who made me leave my house? Actually, that day I left my car at home, isn't it? I boarded a matatu. I went to the city center, and I was here with the agencies. Who mobilized me?
That is 2024.
Yes.
2025?
The same way, I was on the street as well, isn't it?
Yeah,
Who
because I remember
me?
2025, I had a show with you.
Yeah.
You remember?
Yes.
That same day you said how you had to maneuver to get to the radio station. You remember that time? Yeah, that one I can recall. And you said that from there you were headed to the... Well, you might not have been mobilized yourself, but I want to understand, I want to be just objective enough. Because, Professor, assuming today you are the president of this country, and you are faced with this kind of a situation whereby we understand the politics of our country here. Some people will take advantage of the situation on the ground. Yeah, there are some people who will go to the streets genuinely to protest and to remember those we lost that time. But then there are some other people. There are some elements, because in Swahili tunasema kwenye msafara wa mamba akukosi pale kenge.
But you see,
those are the people that we're talking about.
But you see, Patricia,
I've
told you one solution. If you bring 4.7 million Kenyans and give them jobs, who will come to the street? Kenyans are hungry. You can speak because you have a mic next to you. You can speak because
I'm also hungry. I'm a Kenyan. I'm also hungry.
They are suffering. So the suffering here is big. And I can tell you, there are two ways to look at this group. There's a group that come to the street to demonstrate because they are aggrieved and they are very clean-hearted.
Yes.
There's a group who has been sent by the state to suppress so that they see that was a failure.
By the state alone?
Yes, but there's a group also who know that for them, if at all they can get bread from somebody. Patricia, did you see my video? I entered Quickmart OTC, that day, then there are bullets there. I entered inside there. I saw what was there. All the lies which were said there. This government cannot be trusted. Patricia, are you the only one in Jerusalem trusting this government?
I'm not saying that I'm trusting the government. I'm just being objective.
As far as I'm concerned,
yes.
The solution is not threats that Ruto is showing. The solution is cure the economic problem.
Yes.
You understand? The taxation, which is big, the theft. Patricia, we are losing 4 billion shillings per day to corruption. You get me? Instead of telling us we need to go to work and stealing money, stop it.
Okay.
You get my point? We are losing money to corruption. State House budget is 17 billion from 5 billion. That's what Kenyans are crying about.
Let's get
and
to
those
that.
are legitimate concerns.
True.
So the president should be waking up and saying, tell me, fellow Kenyans, I've heard your cry. The finance bill is going to make mitumba clothes more expensive. Yet these are your clothes. I've heard your cry, I'll reduce it. 2, digital tax will make mobile phones difficult. Young people are earning money from digital gadgets, isn't it? You are making it more so they come for you. I should be hearing this conversation on why are we going to the street? Because of the finance bill, isn't it? 2, why are you going to the street? Because of the deaths that were done in 2024. He should be saying, I've heard your cry, isn't it? Let the families that were affected come to State House. I compensate them. You get me?
Yes.
That's a conversation, not threats like Uzisubutu.
That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
Solutions oriented.
Yes.
We have a president who do not have any single solution he can offer. He can only threaten people. And we are not small kids here. No one cares. Let me tell you, my dear. The only thing that people should fear the most is death, isn't it? When you're dead, do you care?
Do you care? You don't
so
care.
let him not threaten us with death.
Okay. There is a clip here about CS Badi, the Treasury CS, about the roadside declarations by the president. How this has really been affecting the budget or the country's budget planning.
Hiyo administration block iko kati ya milioni 50 mpaka hapo karibu 70. So nitapanga na hiyo pesa itakuja.
Na nimemwambia waziri Opiyo Wandayi, mimi nimempatia miezi 4 peke yake. By August, kufikia Agosti, watu wa hapa wawe wamewakisha stima.
That you have raised in terms of implementation of presidential directives. It could be a challenge also partly because maybe we don't have the ability to implement the directives. Sometimes some directives come and we don't have resources. We will be renegotiating. I'll be renegotiating on your behalf some of those directives. If the president directs that we put $1 billion somewhere to implement a project and we don't have it, I'll tell him, boss, we can do 200 million. Can start with 200 million and move on.
Well, you've heard the president promising. Yeah, I think that time he was in a rally. I think it's in some parts of Ukambani. Yeah, Kitui there. And then again, you've heard the CS Treasury, that is John Badi, acknowledging that the presidential roadside declarations disrupt Kenya's budget planning, forcing the Treasury to adjust spending priorities outside the approved fiscal framework. Yeah. Yesterday, we also talked about the the appropriations, and it's quite evident that there is a problem in the budgeting and the planning of this country's revenue, like the expenditures of this country, because most of the time, every now and then, we realize at the end of the day, when the year ends, I mean, the financial year is towards the end, there are a lot of budgets that we need, bills that we need to pass, we need to approve, and so forth. So I just want you to maybe let the viewers understand, is this really highlighting a conflict between political announcements and disciplined fiscal planning, yeah, leading to delays, funding gaps, and even reduced budget predictabilities?
Yeah. I think when I become president, I'll come back with a system to implement these things to avoid conflict, because currently those things don't work. Even Mbadi has no idea what he's speaking about. I want to take you through this very easily. when Kibaki became president, all state organs used to do their strategic plans without referring to any document. So we had Vision 2030, which everyone had to refer to because it was now a country's blueprint to give us one direction to go somewhere.
Yes.
Then when Kibaki asked that this Vision 2030 is so broad, what do? We crafted into midterm plan 1, midterm plan 2, 3, 4, 5, and the rest. Now we're actually in midterm plan 4. You understand? But apart from that, we have to talk about a structure of government. So somebody needs to understand that there's a structure of how a government needs to work. He's calling what the president is saying directives. Those are not directives. Directives are made by board members, isn't it? What president gives, they call them executive orders. You've had executive order number 1, 2, 4, 3, 5, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what somebody should tell the president, if you want me to act on those roadside declarations, put them in an executive what? Order. Once they are put in an executive order, there's a system called EMDA. E, executive order done by the president. M, ministerial policy, now somebody should do one. After the president has talked about it, for example, when the president talks about road, don't worry about it, buddy. You understand me?
Yes.
When they talk about executive order under road, goes to the Ministry of Roads, isn't it? You understand me?
Yeah.
Ministry of Road does a policy on how to execute the executive order from the president. Then there's a PS in charge of a department, for example, road board, isn't it? That PS will now look at how can you execute the ministerial policy. Then there's a state agency, A now, like Kenha, Kera, Kura to do it. Then Ken, Kera, Kura will come with a budget to present to CS Treasury now to see how to allocate funds to it. But he should not be responding to the president when he speaks about this, because the president simply will say anything. He's a politician who has nothing to do but talk about anything. But tell them, put this in an executive order. You know, Patricia, when I was a banker, when the CEO speaks to people, they say, oh, I have around 50 billion shillings to lend. But now when you sit down to look for that money, you'll be told too many rules on how you can get that money. So CEOs will speak big way. So Ruto is okay to say whatever he wants to say. But then he should go, his secretary should go and put them in an executive order to be taken to the ministry now to be put in a policy. Because if you have no policy, you'll be changing budget every now and then. Then lastly, Patricia, if you have a dog, you should not be barking. The president is being everything. The president is also writing budget himself, isn't it? Why do you read a budget when the president has read it? He has read one in Ukambani. He goes to Bungoma, he reads another one. He reads another one in Mombasa. He reads another one in Kisumu. But the budget should be read by CS Mbadi. So the president also should allow Mbadi to work. Remember, at the end of the day, people start evaluating how Mbadi was good as a CS Treasury. But if his budget is being read for him, appropriation being done by him, yet it will be done by Parliament. You know, when the president declares how much money goes to Ukambani, that's appropriation. And there's a appropriation bill that should be sent to Parliament. Parliament should be doing. So Parliament should actually call Ruto to task and ask him, are you the one appropriating funds or it is us? Because budgeting oversight should be done by Parliament. So somebody should not be worrying about what the guy is saying. The guy can say anything, isn't
but
it?
Well, it seems like if he's worried, it seems like this is really affecting our the budget, because of course he declares, and we are seeing some of these roadside declarations. We are seeing them working. We are seeing him saying that I'm going to build a road here, and tomorrow we start seeing contractors on site.
You know, Patricia, when I used to be an advisor to Kenha, there used to be the Director General of Kenha who used to tell me, whenever the president tours a village, they're always afraid that they'll promise a road. Because if you're the one building roads, you hear here say, oh, Dongo Kundu. Then, hey, my goodness, Dongo Kundu. Barabara itatoka hapa, na ifike hapa, itatoka Kilifi, iende Mavueni, ipitie Mariakani. Sasa wewe unachora tu, when the president is speaking, you are just doing the roads. So it becomes crazy. And once you know that is his nature, don't have to worry. You go and buy the president, you say this, are you serious? He says, he said, tell them, can you please put down in an executive order?
Or is it the reason why some of those declarations are not working?
Yeah, because the people know he's just saying them. So what I'm asking, buddy, don't be worked out. Ruto is your boss. Leave him alone. Let him say what he wants. Because you cannot implement government policies based on roadside declaration. You ask him to put them down in an executive order. So you should tell me, I want to build 10,000 kilometer of road in 5 years. That's an executive order. Then the Minister of Roads should now pick it up and come with the policy how to do it. So you cannot also just say you are under pressure because of roadside declaration. Even men on a honeymoon promises women miracles. You tell your wife, I'll make you the happiest woman on earth. Yet you don't even know the happiest woman on earth. How do you deliver what you don't even know? So I don't think Buddy should take this serious. He should just know this is the guy. He should accept him as he is, isn't it? And support him on what he's doing. I don't think that's a problem. But I want to say that these are bad manners in governance. The real way things are done in a country, you can't hear. Can you imagine a whole president of America? Obama was here. Did you hear Obama's waking up and telling Kenyans, I'm promising you 20 billion will come here? You saw there was a bilateral meeting and bilateral agreement being signed. He was just watching, isn't it? If a whole American president cannot be declaring money here, declaring money there, who are you, who is a beggar and a borrower, sitting down to promise people heaven, which you can't deliver? So what I'm trying to say here is that the president has not shown good manners to Kenyans. The president has not demonstrated leadership in his area.
Okay.
At the same time, the president is a cornered man. And let me tell you the truth. All the promises, like now, he told us before Christmas, that before Christmas, Mombasa will be carpeted, isn't it? Where is the money? It's not done. This Mau Summit Rironi Road will not be built. I know the economists who approved this money. They are my friends. We used to work with them. They told me there's no money. So there is some tractor standing on the road there, just distracting people next to the road. Nothing is going to happen. I'm telling you. I'm sitting here, I know.
Okay, thank you.
So what is happening is that the president knows that things that the more promises he makes, the more popular he'll become. And that he believes Kenyans can be cheated. That's what he's doing. You understand me? Do you know a husband who cannot be faithful will look very nice when they are next to their wife. When they leave, they are just completely another thing. So as far as I know it, the president has learned that Kenyans like hearing promises.
Okay.
You understand me?
Okay.
And Kenyans they take promises as a medicine for their disease. Don't worry, utapona. Because pastors also do that, isn't it?
Utapona.
And leaders do that. So just don't worry. Mambo itakuwa sawa. Unaona? And Kenyans believe that afadhali mwenye na promise kuliko mwenye amenyamaza. That's why Kenyans wanted to remove Kibaki from being president when the economy was good, because Kibaki was not promising anything.
So,
and Patricia, I'm sure when you're in high school, there are boys who promise you heaven, and you liked them, and they lied to you, isn't it? But the guys who are quiet, who could just give you, for example, they could teach you maths, you took them to be useless people, isn't it? But the one who promised you, no, I can make you the wonderful woman in this country, what did they give you? So people must understand that people who are hurrying with promises are people who won't implement them.
Okay.
And then why should one man, now you go to the website, how many promises Ruto has given to Kenyans? They are now almost reaching 1 million promises, isn't it? How many have been delivered? I'm being told by a tracker in Parliament that Ruto has only delivered 21% of what he actually promised. So 21% in education is an E, isn't it?
Yes.
So an E performer should not have another term. You get me? They must go.
Okay, thank you, Professor. So we had asked this pertinent question that did Parliament rise to the occasion and did it fail the test of representation? This is around the voting, the quite important vote that was done the other day around the finance bill, which is one of the most controversial economic bill that we are talking about. That is the Finance Bill 2026. So, Professor, I just want to give you few statistics around what happened. Actually, I know, of course, the people outside there, they have these statistics. That is 122 MPs voting yes, to pass the Finance Bill 2026. 40 MPs voting no, and then none of them, by the way, abstained from voting, but we had 162. We had only 162 out of 349 members of parliament being present to do that job. So 186 members of parliament did not participate in the decisive vote. And now, I also looked at, I compared the Finance Bill 2024 with the current Finance Bill. 2025 was a bit silent. Now, 2024, second reading, by the time they were doing the second reading, 204 members of parliament were in support, while 115 members were opposing, making it 319 of members of parliament who are present. So we are talking about 30 of them who did not participate. And then in 2024, the third reading, by the time now they were doing a reading like what we witnessed the other day, 195 of members of parliament supported the finance bill, and then 106 of them opposed the finance bill, making it 304 members of parliament who participated that time. Then come 2026, we are on the third reading of the finance bill. We saw 122 members of parliament supported the bill, while 40 of them opposed, making it only 162. So we have approximately 53% of members of parliament who were absent during that vote. So the question is, where were the members of parliament when Kenyans needed them the most?
Patricia, also there's a very important statistics you missed there, which is important. Baba.
Which one?
Baba.
Baba. What about Baba?
You see, you saw 114 voted no. How come this time only 40? You know, people ignore the absence of Baba Raila Amolo Odinga. You know, he gave directive that this finance bill should be rejected. True or false?
I remember that time, yes.
And that's why the figure was high. You get me? This time, who gave directive? Nobody, isn't it? Did Kalonzo call upon MPs to go and vote no against the finance bill?
But I heard them talk. I heard even Rigathi Gachagua.
Listen, Baba used not talk. Baba used to give directives.
Oh,
you know, there's a directive and talking.
And talking.
You get me? How many MPs say they support Gachagua? Are they less than 40? So Matiang'i is opposition, isn't it?
Yes.
Kalonzo is opposition. You understand me? Sifuna is opposition. Orengo is opposition. Add them all together, they could only gather 40. That's what I'm telling you. Kenya looks like a book which has been written, and there are people who are acting. So you think they're acting in your favor, but actually they are not your friend. Because according to me, this opposition who says they can win this election, isn't it? Why don't they marshal numbers to oppose the finance bill until it was like, Baba, just by even not running, 114, isn't it? This is a no-show. 40 MPs only opposing. Then the second thing, you know, the most important thing, these guys sit down and agree on a form and a structure how the bill can pass, so you don't worry about numbers. Last time the MPs who walked away from parliament instead of voting, isn't it?
Yes.
They were cheating you. They were told if they walk away, the bill will pass. So they're just cheating you, they are walking away. Like people like Babu Wino said they didn't vote the finance bill, isn't it?
Yes.
So by not voting, they voted.
You supported, yeah.
So if Babu Wino running for governor, I'll be there tell me I don't want to vote. So I have not voted. So some of these things we are fools.
But, okay.
What I'm trying to say in short, these parliamentarians sit down and say, Ninyi musikuje, sisi tutakuja. Ninyi mpige no, sisi tupige yes. You get me? Then it happens. Bad cop, good cop. They play on us every day.
You know,
so according to me, the way we entered parliament in 2024, parliament is dead. According to us, does not exist. Those people are scammers. Those people are horse traders. In fact, you had drained the swamp, isn't it? Fagilia water. That's what Gen Z said. So if you are still waiting for anything from the swamp, the crocodiles, isn't it? Nothing. M-pigs. What else have we not said? But those statistics are important because it tells you the absence of Raila Odinga cannot be underestimated.
Is it really the absence of Raila Odinga,
Yeah,
or
because
is it?
There's no leadership.
There's no leadership.
There's no leadership.
But let me ask you, do our members of parliament want somebody to tell them, to guide them not to? Because we trusted them, we give them an opportunity.
Not just tell them, but also pay them. You get me? You know, Baba had a way to pay them. You get me? Look at the impeachment of Gachagua. The MPs who went and fought Gachagua to the core, isn't it? So they were promoted. When now Gachagua was removed, isn't it? House committees were reconstituted, isn't it? They were given chairs of different committees. They were rewarded. These people don't vote because they love you. They vote because of their stomach. These are tumbocrats. Now, Sijunet was among people working very hard on how Gachagua can come. He was there canvassing how Gachagua should be impeached, isn't it? What is he now? Look at how he's very happy in government, isn't it? Opio and I. You understand? Buddy. You get me? So why are you surprised that those figures are like that? Baba used to issue a statement and give direction. Baba used not to give them money. But you know, if you don't, you'll suffer in ODM.
So now, okay, we don't only have ODM members of the parliament in parliament. We also have members of parliament from other political parties.
Kalonzo last time, on the impeachment of Gachagua, Kalonzo called on Wiper MPs not to vote in support of the impeachment, isn't it? That's why you saw there are some other accusation that one were dropped, isn't it? Why did he not call them this time?
Okay, we can't be sure. But my concern is...
I'm just asking, did you see where he called upon Wiper
because
MPs?
Was even that other one public? Did he
that
call
one,
them publicly?
That one was public. Kalonzo did leadership there and called people not to vote. That's why him and Gachagua, they're working together. You get me? Yeah. They call on members of parliament from Wiper. Go and look at statistics. No, those are still there.
Yes.
Go and look at the members of parliament that voted to impeach Gachagua, isn't it? Wiper were very, very few.
But let me
In fact, that's why even Mutuse was being told off, isn't it? Because an MP from that region where Kalonzo had directed not to vote. Kalonzo was very clear. Do not vote against Gachagua on this one.
So let me
But you know, Raila, ODM was clear. Vote and impeach him. You get me? And the numbers were marshaled between UDA and ODM to impeach Gachagua, isn't it? On this one, the 122 MPs, which parties are they from? You understand me? Then you know that mostly were they from UDA, isn't it? And ODM. And they passed the bill. Now, what did Wiper do? What did DCP do? DCP don't have MPs, but they have influence. They are saying all MPs from Mount Kenya are supporting DCP. But let me tell you, Patricia, again, you have to find there's a lie here. Do you know all the MPs from Mount Kenya that seem to support DCP, they still give their contribution to UDA as a party, yet they are saying they are supporting DCP. And if you go to the bank accounts of those parties, you see money come a lot from those members of parliament who say they oppose UDA, and they give UDA money.
Okay.
So what I'm trying to say, there's a lot of lies here. There's a lot of misleading information. And Kenyans are being taken for granted. I'm praying for a day that the eyes of Kenya will open and see all this game being played. I also hope that day will be in my lifetime. Yeah.
So let me ask you, because there is this one member of parliament who has been so vocal around the finance bill, and I'm talking about Kiaru member of parliament, that is Ndindi Nyoro. He's one of the members of parliament who have been breaking down all these taxes to Kenyans. But then come that day, the member of parliament was nowhere to be found. What does this really show? What should Kenyans learn from that?
You know, I told you there are some of these people who are guns for hire. You get me?
Is Ndindi Nyoro a mole? Because people have now started calling him a mole from...
First of all, let me start with the following. Ndindi Nyoro is among the most qualified members of parliament in terms of their education and economics and finance. So the question is, does he always use that for the best interest of his citizens, isn't it? Or he uses it when it's convenient for him? But I can say he's tried to really educate those members of parliament. I was with him in panels on the infrastructure fund. I was with him on some things about the issue of finance bill. He's enlightened.
But why was he away that day?
That question he should answer. But I would tell you that the MPs don't just get absent in parliament. They don't just not vote. Those things don't happen. Those things are crafted to happen. And they work on it. Do you know, there's a voting that took place. I think they were passing something in parliament whereby if you voted yes, you got 250K. If you didn't vote, you got 100K. So those people who don't vote, also they get money. Just like when the exams come, if you get an A, there's what you are given. If you get a B, there's something you are given.
Where is this money coming from?
But Ruto said he gives them. Is it Ruto who told them in Karen when Raila was there? Why are you asking where it's coming from? They said for a government to pass any bill, members of parliament get paid. You get me? And then you are being told, you know that to become a member of parliament, the money you earn does not survive you, but the bribery you get in between here is what keeps you going. So these members of parliament are very deceitful. And Kenyans need to get leaders to parliament. In fact, I'm praying that young people, please, let's run. You know, if you sit back there that you are joining them, I'm seeing some young people joining those parties. You cannot join, we call it what? You can't just join a club. Actually, I would call it a betting club. And you think you're going to win. You cannot. A casino never loses money. You get me? So I've seen them joining. Me, I'm joining ODM. You're joining a casino. A casino makes profit whether you make money or not. You get me? So I'm asking young people, can we be independent enough and join a political party like LDP, for example, that will be able to allow you to exercise your intelligence? But join UDM idea, join these other parties, I don't want to mention their names. Already you have been scripted. And the only way out is to get new generation of leaders who will actually have Kenya's best interest at heart. But these leaders we have here, host traders.
One pertinent issue here, did the members of parliament vote for revenue or political survival, or is it an issue of money?
What is in for me?
It's not even a political survival?
No, which political survival? Let me tell you, my dear, they believe that money can buy people. So instead of wasting a time about political, they'll say they'll buy you the money. Have you heard people saying that they have money? Have you heard people saying, can you manage to wage a campaign against Ruto who has money? I have intelligence that Ruto has put aside $400 million to begin with the next year to win the election. So that money will buy people.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah, but they don't care because
and
that
we are
money
suffering
comes from you.
here.
That money comes from you, so they'll use that money to buy you. And that's how it goes. But also the other thing I'm asking, do you know why sometimes if opposition is not careful, Ruto might get a second term? It's because these opposition, some of them are not serious. They're not serious, they're running. Some of them are sold out. Because let me ask you, Patricia, if you give Gachagua 10 billion to run for election, do you think you're going to put in an election? If you call Kalonzo and tell him, take 15 billion. The other time I saw him launching a platform for Kenyans to give him money. If you gave him 15 billion telling Kalonzo, this is the money run with, will he put that money in a campaign? If you give Matiang'i 10 billion and tell him, this money used for running, will he put that money there? The question is this: if you are a young man who says you want to get married, if I give you 12 cows, will you go pay dowry or will you start eating the cows? So some of these people are not serious. And the same thing boils down even to these members of parliament. Because some people believe, some of those political members believe that they can't beat him. And because they can't beat him, they are, so I see the only solution is that this opposition need to come together, and when they say united opposition, they should be united with an agenda. Agenda should unite them. You know, a couple comes together because of one word, love, has brought them together, isn't it?
Yes.
So these people, what brings them together? You tell me, you saw how Kalonzo and Rigathi were very different from each other in the last election, isn't it? What has brought them together? Matiang'i, isn't it, was very opposite to some of these people.
Yes.
What has brought them together? So they should have an idea on how to liberate Kenya. You can call it ukombozi, but unakomboa watu na nini?
But Professor, why are you talking about the opposition, and you are also one of the presidential hopefuls in this country?
Well, what I'm
and
trying
I
to say,
see you're running by yourself. You have not even identified yourself with the...
No,
Yes.
I'm giving these ideas to them, isn't
Okay.
it? So that they can pick them.
Okay.
My dream, Patricia, is that Kenya needs to be liberated economically. Whichever formula we have to do that, I'll be part of it.
Okay.
The day they'll identify that economic liberation is what Kenyans want, isn't it? And that's what they want to give to Kenya. I will join them with my economic policy and work with them.
Oh, okay, okay.
But I cannot work with them based on hatred, isn't it? Based on propaganda, isn't it? Based on hierarchy. Like I'm hearing somebody already a default candidate because of their age, isn't it? You cannot choose like that. In fact, I'll be surprised. In the Bible, God anointed David when he was young, Solomon when he was young. So if they realize that the Kenyan problem is economic, we compete on who has got the best economic ideology to solve the Kenyan issue. We come together. Maraga believes the Kenyan problem is constitutionalism, isn't it? But I've seen countries with the best constitution and people are very hungry. You get me?
Yes.
Kenyans don't want a good... Kenyans just want jobs.
Okay.
Period.
Okay, let's now start receiving calls, because I see people of the internet, they are so active and they're making calls here. Hello. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
I am Leonard Masika.
Yes.
Calling from Nakuru.
From?
From Nakuru. Thank you for the good job.
Pardon?
I want to appreciate the good job you are doing.
Yes.
And maybe to make a few contributions here and there. If there was a time that Kenyans made a mistake, it was 2022. When we went to the election.
Go on.
I don't know if you are getting me.
Yes, 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 we are following. Continue.
Okay. I was saying that if there was a time we Kenyans made a mistake, it was in the year 2022 when we went for election.
Why?
Because we elected leaders that have got no interest of the Kenyan. Right away from the MCAs, the MPs, up to the president. Because when you go around and hear the promises they are giving us, somebody may think that maybe they will bring heaven on earth. Apparently, there is nothing they have done.
So what's your message to Kenyans?
The education system is not working. The health system is not working. Security is in limbo. You can imagine right now goons walk alongside the police officers. Anyway, what I can tell Kenyans today is that when we head to 2027, they should not make mistakes like the one we did 2022. Now they are going around praising themselves about having employed teachers. A very serious government would have employed, as we talk right now, they would have employed over 200,000 teachers. And by the way, we need to be very careful. If you go to schools, especially JS, teachers are already struggling with so many lessons. A teacher is teaching over 38 lessons. and you are saying that you have employed teachers. A serious government, a working government will have employed 200,000 teachers in this country.
Okay.
And maybe to finish, I wish to advise the Kenyans as we head to next year, 2027, for election. Let's use our minds.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Because we have learned a lesson, actually.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Hello, what's your name and where are you calling us from?
Hello, my name is Amos. I'm calling you from Mombasa.
From Mombasa?
Yes, I'm calling from Mombasa.
Please reduce the volume of your gadget that you're using.
Yes, I've done so.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so I want to give my contribution towards this conversation.
Please do.
Yes, first I would like to thank Mr. Professor there.
Yes.
I think if we can get people like Professor there, they can take this country forward, simply because there is no one who can enlighten Kenyans that the people that we've chosen to represent us up there, they are not for Kenyans. They are for their own tumbocrats. So, regarding on what happened since 2022 after we elected this regime, without saying that we have a problem with only one person, I think we need to do a cleanup from the grassroots leaders, that those who are representing us from the grassroots to the national level. Then from there we will get leaders who can represent our interests, who can keep the executive in checks and the balances, so that we may do away with some of the issues that we are saying each and every that we are complaining every now and then, that Kenya are losing 4 billion Kenya shillings being lost per day. It's a lot of money. So I think we need leaders who can stand for Kenyans, who can stop chasing for their own interest.
Okay.
Otherwise, thank you. We are following the conversation, and we would like to applaud you for the good job that you are doing. Kudos to Mr. Professor there.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a good night.
Yes. Good night.
Yeah, back to some of the comments as we wind up. Professor, somebody is saying, this is Kipkoech Alfin is saying, ask Professor if he is aware there is a compensation committee that is around the issue of protest and the Gen Zs.
Yeah, first of all, I want to say that before Raila died, Raila went to William Ruto with 37 blue papers, and those ones were 37 demands. One of them was the compensation. And what happened is that Ruto accepted all these 37 lists Raila gave him just for the sake of getting support from Raila, but he didn't believe in it. Even the setting up of that commission that he set up, he knew it was illegal, he knew it won't work. So Ruto is not going to do that, because I can tell you, if they do that, they'll go to ICC. Because by accepting to compensate these victims, like acknowledging that someone, who is that who shot these young people and killed them? And that's where the fear is. So how can you give a blanket, let's say, compensation? So that's the main problem. That will not happen. And of course, I think for me, that's the basics. There's nobody going to be compensated, because if this guy is saying he has no money, he has no money for everything. He's squeezing Kenyans. And the government speaks through the budget. Patricia, when the budget was being read, the highlights were being read, did you see Mbadi highlighting any money allocated to the compensation for the people who died? So if you didn't hear that one, then why do you believe him? So there's nobody being compensated. The truth is, I'm an economist. In God we trust, the rest bring what? Data. So the evidence is not in the budget. You still have that budget, read it. Tell me which chapter or which ministry is compensating these people. And if it's not there in the budget 2026, 2027, well, when will they be compensated? So that one for me, I'm done.
Okay.
Now the issue that they talked about, the corruption thing, I can tell you, corruption is eating. Corruption is the largest ministry in the government of Kenya.
It's one of the ministries
it's
in
the
our
largest
country.
ministry. When I become president, I'll shut down that ministry. That ministry headed by the president himself. Because look here, we are losing 4 billion shillings per day. We are collecting 9 billion shillings per day. That is 42% of the entire budget. That is going to cost, out of the 4.82 trillion, we are going to lose 2.02 trillion to corruption. So you hear about budgeted corruption. So that's the problem. We don't even need to increase this revenue through finance bill and taxation. We just need to stop stealing. And these people can't stop stealing.
So our problem is not a tax problem.
Actually,
our
the Kenyan problem is not a revenue problem. Our problem is corruption. 2, over expenditure. We are spending money too much. The third problem is non-priority.
Okay.
Put money where money matters, like in school. You cannot deny a child school fees because you're putting money in State House.
Okay. There's somebody here who is saying that people don't want a change. Politics ni tamu. Change will come after we have put our person in power. Even if they will eat our money and kill us, as if... Okay, he's saying about it, bado ni mtu wetu. That's Kenyans for you.
Partially true. Partially true.
Somebody also is asking, that is Sabin, is saying, let's be real. If it's not Ruto, who else? Kalonzo, 40 years, done nothing. Sifuna will be put in between, will be bundled out of power within a year.
Fred Ogola, 27,100,000 jobs per county. The most decorated economist. Why should you look elsewhere?
There's somebody, there's a question that I wanted to ask to respond to.
As we conclude.
Yes, as we finish up, maybe you can talk to the listeners. You give them your final submission, and especially around your candidature or your hopefulness in becoming the president of this country.
Fellow Kenyans, I am that guy who is called Professor Gola, who never asked for permission to be president. Most people do ask for permission because there is no Kenyan president who has been elected by Kenyans. The first president, Kenyatta, was elected by the system. The second one, Moi, system. The third one, Kibaki, was a product of the system. Uhuru was a product of the system. And Ruto was a product of the system. When you are elected by the system, you work for the system, and therefore you don't work for Kenyans. Me, I'm asking Kenyans, can I be your president whom you elect as Kenyans without coming from the system? I'm not coming from a major family. In fact, in any case, I'll actually be the typical person who is not a dynasty. When the day we shall elect a Kenyan president by the Kenyans, will rule Kenya. Democracy ruled over the people, by the people, with the people. But if the people do not elect, it's elected by the system, then that's a presidential system. My ask to you is one. When I become president, I'll offer 100,000 jobs per county. And when that happens, that's the silver bullet to the Kenyan problem. Everything else will be solved when that is done. God bless you, and God bless Kenya.
Thank you so much, Professor, for coming. Thank you for the insightful conversation that we have just done. I don't know whether to receive this final call as we wind up. Yeah, so let me just receive this one call. Hello, what's your name and where are you calling us from?
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you. Please.
Yes, but I'm calling from. Oh.
We can't hear you well.
You can't hear me, yes. Can you hear me now? I'm calling from.
Oh, there seems to be some network issues.
Yeah. Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
You say I'm calling you from Nairobi?
Yes.
Yeah, I think Rob is talking with you. So There are a lot of things.
Sorry, we can't hear you, please.
Okay, let me call back.
Yeah, I think now our time is up. We need to call it a day. So thank you so much, everyone, for choosing to follow the conversations right here on Political Headache. This is where we break all your headaches down. Tunakupatia dawa hapa. Yeah, we solve all political headaches right here on this platform. So thank you so much for your contributions. Thank you for choosing to follow us. So for those of you who have not followed this podcast, please do so on our YouTube channel, that is Political Headache, and also on our social media platforms. My name is Trisha Wayua. Thank you so much. Have a good night.
Thank you, Patricia.
All right, people of the internet, I hope that you're enjoying this episode very much. And I just had a break to tell you about my new book. You know, everybody says that there is no job, and that is true. Also, that was me 10 years ago. The problem is that everybody is trying to get a job in their town, in their city, in their marketplace. They ask friends for jobs, mothers call uncles, uncles call brothers, but there are no jobs. Let me tell you what no one is telling you. Jobs migrated online. What I actually mean is there are many, many jobs around the world, and there is no one to do them except you. I work for Americans myself. I work for Europeans. I work for the Chinese. I work for the Australians. I work for the Canadians. And so, because I have done so much for myself, I said to myself, you know what? I should compile what I've been doing for the last 15 years. So in 2024, I wrote a digital book called Goldmine 18 Hustles for Africans. And then in 2025, AI came. People say AI is taking away our jobs. And for me, I'm going to say false. There are actually AI jobs. Jobs are not being taken by AI, but there are new jobs online that are there because of AI. Now, mimi ni nani? I created more jobs. And for now, in my new book, we have 25 online and offline jobs that you can leverage on if you do not have a job. So in this powerful volume 2, I share 25 new actionable online hustles specifically researched and tailored for Africans. My new book provides clear step-by-step guidance drawing from my extensive experience and research, including the mistakes I've made and lessons I've learned over the 15 years that I have worked online. So what can you do online? You can become an executive assistant for busy folks in Europe, America, Canada, and get paid for tasks like watching videos and taking online surveys. Okay? You can build a lot of things, build a business as a virtual assistant, start an e-commerce shop without capital, be an affiliate marketer, or you can also become actually an English tutor and tens of AI jobs. If you have a job, that is fine. But I also know that you can buy this book for that brother, for that sister, for that mother, for that cousin, for that husband who is watching Netflix all day at home. Buy it for your friend who is always asking for cash. You know that friend. Now, all the information is on the description below. You can also inbox me, you can WhatsApp me, or go to my website, which is odworjigero.co.ke.